Hey everybody, welcome back to the FutureSwell YouTube channel. My name is Joe. I'll be the host of today's episode. I'm a marine biologist, and today we're going to be reacting to some scary and surprising shark attack videos. And I know that is definitely really popular in the media when we talk about sharks and shark attacks, and it's something that always catches people's eyes, but it's really rare to happen in the ocean. And for the amount of people that are like living, working, and having fun in the ocean, the amount of shark attacks is incredibly small. And so when we watch these videos, we're going to kind of break it down and we're going to look at three different things. What kind of shark is in the video? Because there are certain species of sharks that are typically a little bit more aggressive and more prone to situations like this. The second thing we're going to look at is what the interaction is between that person that is unfortunately being the one getting attacked and the shark. And then the last thing we're going to look at is what could have been done to prevent this attack from even happening. And so that way you can kind of use that if you ever happen to find yourself in one of these situations, which would be very unfortunate and we don't want that to happen. But it is still something that can happen when you go in the ocean and go into their habitat. So without further ado, let's jump right into these videos and react.
Okay. Launching into our first attack. Oh, right. I'm just going to pause it right there because I already know what species of shark this is. This is an oceanic white-tip shark, and it is one of the species that I'm least excited to ever go into the water with. They're notoriously aggressive, and they have to be that way because they live out in the pelagic ocean, so deep water between channels, between islands, or just between continents. So when they see food come into their area, they're very opportunistic and curious, and they have to be like that. Otherwise, they wouldn't eat any food anytime. Usually, scuba divers are not like problems with sharks because when you're down at their level, they think that you belong there and they're not as curious about you compared to when you're snorkeling or something at the surface. Oh man, yeah. Already you can see this shark is just being very confident and computational, and wow, it is just swimming. That is so intense. And I don't even know what that scuba diver is probably thinking. He's probably thinking like he just got away with his legs or something. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think I would do after we finish watching this video because this is crazy. Okay, let's see if the shark gets out of there. We'll skip a little bit. Oh, it's coming back in. It's coming back in for round two. Look how confident. Yeah, same guy. Wow, it's just circling around that same exact guy. He's being aggressive back to the shark though. I think that's a good move there. Oh man. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. You see him? Oh wow, the shark is just mauling him. Oh gosh, yeah. So that was pretty crazy. Let's break this down a little bit. So first of all, it's an oceanic white-tip shark. What do we know about them? We know that they're very aggressive, they're very dominant species, they're apex predators, and they're going to be very curious. Second thing, we have scuba divers, so we're underwater. We can't go up and down really fast. We can really only stay in this level playing field here with the shark. But we also know that we're kind of in the shark's element, so we're gonna err on the side that the shark is gonna be less curious about us and less aggressive. However, when we see it's an oceanic white tip, we gotta kind of throw that out because this shark is just mad. It's freaking wild. It's like it's on crack or something. Third thing, what could these guys have done to prevent this? Well, let's go back. When we see that the shark is already being very, very curious about this guy and basically bodying him, going right in, at that point, if I was the dive instructor or anybody that's on this dive, I would want to basically get together and ball up and be a really tight knit group because a shark is less likely to pick you off if you're all together and you look like they're just one big animal. Right now, all these divers are spread all along this wall of the reef and they're not really like acknowledging how aggressive this shark is being. You know, if you're like out in the wild and there's like a lion running around you, you're not going to want to be that one person that's far away, and that's how they're treating this. They're just ignoring it, and it's already been aggressive towards this guy. So getting closer together would definitely prevent that. The guy right here, when it comes back the second time and he starts swimming after it and being more aggressive, it really shows the shark that you're not one to mess with. And so it swims off and goes and chews on the other guy. So that was a really good move by this guy. I think if you ever get into this situation, just make sure you're always really close to your buddy, your dive instructor, or anyone that you're in the water with. Because if you see an aggressive shark, you don't want to be the one that's furthest away from the group, because that's the one that they're going to go for and try and bite. To the next one. I am a little bit afraid of this one because it says attacked by reef sharks in the Bahamas. And I love the Bahamas. Oh, I forgot my light. Oh no. Okay, so this is definitely a reef shark. I can't really tell right now if it's a black tip or a white tip. We will see. They look like they're in some pretty shallow water, and they're kicking mad away. Oh, looks like we got some spear fishermen. Fisherman. Where's the shark? I don't even see it. Oh my gosh. Do you see it? It is beelining straight towards it. That is insane. This is like a bluff charge. No, maybe it's not a bluff. Oh no! Oh gosh! Are you kidding me? Look at this last shot. What does he have? Oh, he got his fish or his eel or something. He got something there. Yeah. Okay. So let's break it down again. Number one, it's a reef shark. So they're notoriously curious. They're a very shallow water species, and they just kind of want to check everything out. They want to see what's going on. And when you're in their environment, they're like, what the heck is this giant fish that can't swim? Like, let me go look at it and see what's going on. Second thing, we see that they're snorkeling. We see that they're free diving, and that they're also spear fishing. So right now they're staying at the surface a lot, but they're kind of going up and down. So they're causing a lot of like disturbance throughout this like 30 feet of water, which is what that looks like. And they're catching stuff. So when you're catching stuff and you're bringing it up and down, it's just going to like circulate all those smells throughout the water column. It's going to attract a lot of things, predominantly sharks and reef sharks that are curious to see what's going on. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing right now is that they are actively swimming like really fast in one direction, but they're splashing a lot. They're kicking up a lot of that water while they're kicking. Like, let me back this up. You can see it. So they're really just like splashing a lot. And I mean, obviously, if a shark is swimming straight at you, you're gonna want to be swimming as fast as you can away too. But the way that she's swimming is just kicking the water as she's doing it. And when you do that, it's just going to attract the shark more because it thinks you're in distress, and it's going to like try and come a little faster and see what's going on. So to prevent this kind of an attack, what you want to do is you don't want to be holding your fish or whatever you're catching when you're spearfishing. You don't want to be holding that on your person. Most of the times, you drag a buoy behind you on a rope or a line about 10 feet behind you, and that's where you attach all your fish, all your catching, whatever bait you're using. It's all on that buoy so that it's 10 feet away from you. Because if a shark or something wants to come and check it out, they're going to go check out the buoy, and you will be 10 feet away from the shark that's curious and trying to bite all that stuff. Second thing, if this shark is coming at you and being really aggressive, you're going to want to get close together again, and you're going to want to move away as fast as you can like they're doing, but you want to do it with your feet underwater. You don't want to be splashing. You don't want to be thrashing with your hands like that, because it's going to attract the shark closer to you and basically do the opposite of what you're trying to do. So swim with everything under the water as fast as you can away while you're making sure that you're looking at that shark the entire time. Keeping eye contact is a good way to tell that shark that you're not one to be messed with, and it's going to back off. All right, let's do the next one. And now I do have a few angles of this attack. So we're going to look at the first one, and then I'm going to show you the other two, but I'm only going to show you a little bit because I don't want to get copyrighted and taken down. Already looks freaking crazy. The title is 5-meter tiger shark almost bites diver's head off in Fiji. And I just paused it here, but you can see, like, I don't even want to watch the rest. But we have to, so. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. Imagine having your head that close to all of those teeth. That guy just looked down the tiger shark. That's ridiculous. Okay, let me play the other angle that I have. I'm pretty sure it is the same attack because it's the same setup, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now this is really crazy. This is a different angle, and you can already see right now, like that. Is that the same shark? Hold on. Okay, so this is like from the other angle, apparently, of the same attack, and I think the shark. And look, it swam around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's literally crazy, right? Like, that's insane. I just can't believe that you're that close to a tiger shark, not a great white shark, but a tiger shark, and it's just biting your head. That's ridiculous. So let's break it down. Number one, it's a tiger shark. What do we know about tiger sharks? They're big. They eat pretty much everything. Like, people have found and fished like tiger sharks out of the ocean with tires, license plates, and human bodies in their stomachs. So they're just like notorious for eating whatever they want and whenever they want. Tiger sharks have jaws that can smash through turtle shells. So imagine like that on top of your head. Like, you're done. Like, there's no more left for you after that. So already we know we're dealing with an aggressive shark. Second thing, we have scuba divers again. Remember, scuba divers are usually fine with sharks because they think that you're part of that environment. So they're not typically going to like pursue you. However, all of these scuba divers look like they are sitting in like a fish frenzy. Like, do you see that? Look where they're sitting. They're literally sitting inside of like a fish ball, like a bait ball. And this shark is obviously like feeding and hungry, and it's biting things. So like, already I don't think I'd be sitting like under a bunch of fish where this shark is like feeding and taking nips at things, because it's going to be biting a fish and the fish is going to move and it's going to bite you instead of the fish. So right here, already in this situation, because there's an aggressive shark, if I was the dive instructor or anybody on this dive, I would be moving away from the fish, away from the shark, and also getting closer together. Same thing I've been saying before, away from all of that, because that's just a lot going on. And sharks, they don't have very good eyesight. They use a lot of their like nasal, like their senses here to really figure out what's going on. And I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of like great white sharks biting something, but when they bite, they close part of their eye. So a third lens will come over their eye. So when they bite something, they basically go blind for a second. They're not looking at what they're biting. So just like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing? And in Fiji, like, imagine having your vacation in Fiji and then you're just sitting in a bait ball of fish and a tiger shark just bites your head off. Not the way I want to go. Just going to say that right now. All right, next video we have here is titled Shark Attack, Bull Shark Attacks Spear Fisherman. Get ready. Okay, I don't see a shark yet. Oh, sorry, these freak me out sometimes. Okay, where is it? I don't. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Do you see that? It's just, I don't know if he killed it, but it's not okay right now. Oh, he's probably freaking the fuck out. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna pause on that. I don't want you to see that. Okay. Let's break it down. What do we know? This is a bull shark. One of the most, if not the most aggressive shark in the oceans. It's basically like any shark, just like pumped up on steroids. It has so much testosterone. It has the highest level of testosterone for any species on the planet. So it just swims around looking like it wants to kill something or beat something up. If UFC was a shark, this would be the shark in the UFC. I've swam with these and they just look mean. They look nasty, and I didn't enjoy my swim with them because I wasn't able to relax because they're stressing me out. So this shark is one to definitely watch out for if you see it in the wild. Second thing, already he's spearfishing. I don't know if he has a buoy or not. I can't really tell that from this video. I don't see any fish like on his line. So I would say that he probably has a buoy going. Oh, no, wait, hold on. No, sorry. He doesn't have any fish on his line or anything. Those are just like remora or something like hanging onto the shark. Let's break it down. It looks like the water's a little bit murky. Not gonna lie, like definitely there's like a layer of silt or something like in the bottom. So it is a little murky. It could be like later in the day. That might be why the lighting is like that and how it's so dark. It could be like more towards dusk, which is when sharks tend to feed, is dawn and dusk. They like to be a little more active during that time when things are switching between night and day. So that could be a potential problem here. And the shark just looks freaking hungry and it's coming at him. And he did everything right, really. It was just like going up to the surface away from the shark and using what he had with him to prevent that shark from actually biting him. So in this case, it is unfortunate because it does look like the shark got injured. But at the same time, I would rather the shark get injured than me. So I would do everything the same as this. If you don't want this to happen to you, just don't spearfish and don't get in the ocean ever. Like honestly, like that's the best way to avoid this. I already do not want to watch this video. I really don't like bull sharks. Like they're not my favorite thing, and I already know this is going to be a bull shark because it says a Florida man was bitten by a shark and pulled into the Everglades. And if there's one thing that we know about bull sharks is that they are one of the only species that can live in fresh water. So there is this crazy thing about bull sharks where they can like manipulate and modify how they live and get those like salts that they need from salt water, which is their normal habitat. They can preserve the salt in their bodies and excrete it through urea, which is the same thing that we use for urine, back into their blood so that they can keep circulating all of that they need. And that allows them to travel up freshwater basins into the Everglades, into the Mississippi, into some freshwater lakes like in Nicaragua. And, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there that they've already made it into the Great Lakes in the US and North America. And I would not put it past them. Honestly, like people have gotten bit in northern Missouri, which is like hundreds of miles away from the nearest ocean. And that's just crazy to me that you could be jumping into a river like nowhere near the ocean and get bit. So I'm already not looking forward to this video, but let's just watch it anyways. If it's a Florida man, he's probably asking for it.
Put your hands in there. 2 seconds won't do anything. Get him, get him!
Are you? Oh my gosh, I hope that replays.
2 seconds.
They freaking warned him. They told him not to do that. Oh my god!
Get him!
Hold on, is that even a shark? Is it even a shark? It doesn't even look like a shark. Hold on.
2 seconds.
I gotta pause this. I gotta be really fast here. I don't know if that's a shark or not, but that's terrifying. It just grabbed his hand and ripped him into the water. Number one thing, if it's a bull shark, it's murky water, it's going to be aggressive, and you should not be just putting your hand in the water, especially if some guy just told you not to. Like maybe he knew something. Maybe he put the shark there. I don't know. Second thing, you're splashing at the water like that, so it's going to attract anything that's around you. And it already looks like they're kind of close to mangroves, so I would say that this shark is definitely like in its feeding area because a lot of the little fish that they'll try and eat in this region, they'll come in and out of those mangroves. So he's close enough to like his dinner plate right here. And basically this guy's just putting his hands on his dinner plate. So not about that. If you want to prevent this, honestly, just don't hang out in the Everglades. I mean, that's not a good answer, but you shouldn't be splashing the water, I guess. Like he got lucky the first time, and then the second time the shark thought it was a distressed fish. So if you're going to dunk your hands like that, I would just dunk them and then wipe them up here. He's like doing this and splashing the water. Or you could just like keep a bucket of water on your boat and just do that. That's my only advice here. Moving on. Last video I have today is a video that I have seen before, but I do want to react to it because it's freaking crazy and I haven't seen it in a long time. All I know about this video is that it's a person diving in, I think, like Southwest Australia, under Perth, so south of Perth. Perth, oh my gosh, Perth, personality, and it's a great white shark. It's not an attack per se because nobody was bit, but oh my gosh, this literally is my waking nightmare. If I'm ever like turning around in the ocean, let's just watch the video and then I'll let you react to it. Oh, I hope it replays. I hope it replays. You cannot tell me that's not terrifying. Do you see how close this shark got? I just can't believe that. It's literally insane. Look at this guy's reaction. Look at him. Yeah, he's shitting his pants. Like he literally just saw death and it let him go. I just can't believe that. Let me pause it again real quick. Hold on. Look at this. The slow-mo. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do we know? Break it down. Number one, this is a great white shark. Apex predator, one of the biggest sharks, one of the biggest predatory sharks, I should say, out there. Has hundreds of teeth. That shark looks like it's definitely over 10 feet. I would say almost pushing like 12, maybe 13. I don't know. It's hard to measure like this, but that is a big shark. And not even like the length, it's the girth of that shark that is very impressive. That entire guy, like half of that guy could fit into that shark's mouth. And I just think that's insane. In one bite. In one bite. Like that's it. You're done. Like it's over. This situation here is just bad on all levels. Number one, he's diving. He's at the bottom, so that's better. We like being at the bottom because you're in the shark's environment. It looks like a very small tank because he's holding it in his hand, so it doesn't look like he's planning to be down there for longer than like a half an hour or less. And I do believe from what I was looking at that this is like an abalone fishery. So he's diving down, or conch or something like that. So he's diving down and grabbing shells and coming back up. So it's kind of on that line where you're like moving through the water column a lot. So anything that's in the area is going to come and investigate you just because you're moving around a lot. It looks like he's with a buddy because somebody else is videotaping this. So perks, like that's great. Like we like to stay with our buddy. The thing that makes me so nervous about this video is that it is so murky. Like you can't even see this shark until it's literally on top of the guy. And those are conditions that you just don't want to be in if you are trying to avoid bad interactions with the shark. Like this is insane why the shark did not even bite him, you know? And he comes in and he does an investigative bite. You can tell because he opens his mouth and does a little bit of a touch. But the shark must have realized as he kind of came upon this person that it wasn't food and immediately backed off. But if he was coming in for a more confident investigative bite, like you would have had your entire neck fit into that great white shark's mouth. And he would have bit down, and it doesn't matter how hard he bites, like you will be lacerated and you're done. And oh gosh, this is why I always tell people, like, I don't ever accidentally want to see like a great white shark or a tiger shark in the wild. I don't want to accidentally see that. I don't want to be like swimming around and then turn around and there would be a great white shark being like, you know, if I'm consenting to it and I know that the shark is in the water and I'm like looking at it and I want to jump in, like that's on me, you know, that's my fault. But if I'm just minding my own business and like a tiger shark just swims out of the water and grabs my arm when I'm surfing, I'm not about it. I'm not about it, you know? And like to each their own, but that's not my style.
Well, that's all the videos that we have to react to today. If you guys liked this video and you want me to do more of these, definitely leave a comment below and I'll react to more shark attack videos, or we can react to something completely different and we'll go from there. And I do want to kind of wrap this up on more of a positive note for the sharks, because like I said at the beginning of the video, shark attacks are incredibly rare and they're not likely to happen to you. All those statistics you hear about people getting struck by lightning, getting hit by a bus on a college campus, or just falling down the stairs and dying is way more likely to happen to you than ever, first of all, interact with a shark, second of all, be attacked, and third of all, or actually die from that attack. So that's something that you need to think about when you are interacting in the oceans or thinking of sharks when you think of them in the future. On average, sharks only interact negatively with people about 72 times for the entire world, and there's only about 5 of those interactions that actually result in death. And so it's incredibly small for the amount of people that actually interact with the oceans. And on average, humans kill way more sharks than sharks kill people. It's said that almost 100 million sharks are killed every year by humans for consumption, for culls, and just on accident by leaving fishing nets in the water and accidental fishing that happens to the sharks. And this is incredibly, incredibly damaging to the environment because they're apex predators. And so they work through the ecosystem in a top-down pressure control, which means that without the sharks, all of the species under them are going to rapidly grow and outcompete their environments. And when you remove that predator from the ecosystem, it just cascades a lot of negative effects down to it. And so without sharks, we won't have enough fish to effectively support humans. We won't have corals. We won't have any of those other species that we really need the oceans to thrive and to survive on. And so with that, I will end this on a high note. Sharks are definitely friends and we want to keep them around. And if you do want to interact with them, go pursue some of those ecotourism opportunities that you'll find. There's a lot of them in Hawaii. You can even see it on Deep Blue Ecotours, which we've worked with here at FutureSwell, and we have them linked in a lot of our videos. Go check them out when next time you're in Hawaii. And if you have any more questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments. I'll answer that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and check out all of the exciting things we have going out on our websites and our podcast. And we'll catch you next time here on the FutureSwell YouTube channel.